The Ballad of White Trash Baby. I grew up in a rich neighborhood. We were the help. Most of the kids' parents made like $1 million a year. My parents were hunter-gatherers. A little embarrassing having my mom down on the boulevard collecting berries. Gee, Ma, what's for dinner? Ooh, eggcorns? Tasty. My rich friends would have names for their homes like Oakbrook Shore, Chelsea Manor. We had a name for our house, too. Shipbox, I think it was called. It was one room. We had a pull-out toilet. My play toy was a roach motel. My parents got married at 16 because Mom was pregnant. Dad stole some Manischewitz from a synagogue, and they exchanged drunken vows in their trailer park home. Dad beat the crap out of her, then they danced the night away to their favorite song, Aqualung. Snot is dripping down her nose. Hey, Aqualung. Before my speed freak dad left us, he was actually a regular on a TV show. It's called Cops. The episodes became a little redundant. The goofy, drunk, toothless, tattooed dumbass would get arrested each week for trying to steal generic beer from 7-Eleven by disguising himself as a lawn ornament. My sister was a complete dumbass, too. Barefoot, always pregnant, with peroxide hair, bleached jeans, and she couldn't follow a Gilligan's Island plot. They had 3 reading groups in her grade school, A, B, and C. She was in Q. She'd sit in the corner and try to get through a sentence by the end of the week. Mom was a stripper. Of course, she said she was a dancer. I say, Ma, if they had a sign in front that said, come see Betty in her jumpsuit do the cha-cha to Wagner, then it would be dancing. But when it says live nude women, I don't think the emphasis is on the tango, Ma. Come to see you stick your crotch in their face. She says, I'm dancing. Say, okay, Ma, what is a technical dance term for doing the splits and picking up a 5 spot with your vagina? She spins and goes into a beautiful snatch vacuum. My grandma just turned 93, and she still works at IHOP. 72 years she's been there, and she's ecstatic because she just got her 3rd raise, 35 cents more an hour. She still wears the uniform miniskirt, which can't be good for anyone's appetite, but it is interesting to see what her legs look like. 2 wobbly, decomposing chicken drumsticks with random clumps of gray hair and yellow toenails. My senile grandpa goes in to see her each day and steals food from the salad bar. He'll wear his fashionable traditional old man outfit of black socks, velour jogging suit, and members-only jacket. He'll sit for hours sucking and gnawing his gumless mouth on the early bird special of chicken fried steak and bromo seltzer. I have no idea how these two ever humped each other to begin this pathetic family cycle. I was angry about being white trash. When my phone was actually working, I would call up liquor stores and say, have you got Prince Albert in a can? Yeah, you do? Well, fuck him, let him suffocate. You think my life's easy? I'd like to live in a can. A can would be nice. I live at Shitbox Manor, asshole. I tried the church for a while when I was young. Religion gives no solace to white trash kids. We could only afford one of those churches that was in a mini-mall. They converted an old dry cleaners into Our Lady of Light Starch. With communion, you got a frozen yogurt. We were so poor that I actually went to church for the food and the cocktails. They would give you the cracker as the body of Christ and the wine as the blood. I'd go back so many times for the wine, Jesus would have anemia. I'd be wasted in the back, heckling the priest with things like, hey, Father, if God had financial trouble at the time of the Armageddon, would we only get 2 horsemen of the apocalypse? Hey, Father, if Aunt Jemima's a Negro and she slept with the Pillsbury Doughboy, would they burr the mulatto biscuit? Children can be mean to white trash kids. Like my grandpa and my dad, I'm not circumcised and never really worried about the pig being in a blanket, but I've got so many wrinkles, I've got 5 skin. So I'm not circumcised, and I'm in 7th grade, and it's the first time you shower with other kids, right? So I get out of the shower, and all of a sudden a little Jewish JP shoe car with all the other kids around comes up to me, points down, and at the top of his squeaky little voice says, hey, what's that on your dick? What's that on your dick? Then JP learned a nickname. Do you know what smegma is? It's a cheesy type substance that can build up in your foreskin if you don't shower for like a month. But I get the very attractive nickname of Smegma Boy, which is great when trying to score with chicks. Hi ladies, they call me Smegma. I guess I finally realized why my parents didn't circumcise me. With smegma being a cheesy type substance, they thought they wouldn't have to give me any lunch money. The other kids would have big lunches like turkey sandwiches, fruit pudding, juice toast, Trix milk. I'd be, hey kids, want to trade for some smegma? Because of my nickname and all and being white trash, I didn't have many dates when I was young. I'd sit in my room and masturbate to reruns of The Golden Girls. My bedroom ceiling looked like a glazed donut. When you masturbate 20 times a day, by the last one, I'd be spewing out my liver. My mom would knock on the door. Hey, what are you doing in there? I'd say, homework, Ma. Yeah, A plus B equals semen. There's your Pythagorean theorem, Ma. Before I left home, everyone in my family ran into each other while getting something really embarrassing done at the hospital. I was selling sperm, my grandma was getting penicillin for her syphilis, my mom was having her 8th abortion, Dad was in the gonorrhea lab, my grandpa was getting a stuck bicycle handle removed from his anus. Suddenly we all ended up in the hallway, trying not to run into each other, ducking down, hiding behind water fountains, slamming doors. The hospital turned into a French farce. Here's an idea for you kids out there with a troubled past like mine. Instead of dwelling on the negative, each day suppress the thoughts by drinking a keg of whiskey. I would party all night and wake up, oh crap, where's my car? What'd I do last night? Okay, let's see, I went to that bar, then that bar, then that bar, then let's see. I either stopped at Barnes & Noble and read the new translation of Beowulf, or I humped a homosexual Haitian hemophiliac. I'm almost positive it was one of the two. My white trash resume isn't too impressive. I'm not proud of it, but I've worked as a dining room coaster, a floor mat, a steering wheel for a Ford Plymouth, and a member of Congress. So when I left our trailer park home and was trying to survive on government cheese and the crusty stuff from my eyes, I came up with this great idea. I can combine my hobby with the job. So I started entry-level work as a spearer, giving sperm at the local Stop, Drop, and Pop International House of Embryos. To this day, I have recurring nightmares of some snot-nosed little rugrats drooling down their retarded fucking little faces are going to show up at my door and say, "Dad, you're my dad." But hey, it still comes down to the fact that they pay you to jerk off. When I saw the ad for getting money for masturbating, I didn't realize they didn't let you do it once a week for a short period of time. I thought I was going to be a fucking millionaire. $50 a shot? I'm rich. When I think back on my sperm selling days, I'm happy that I could help others. I must be responsible for more than a handful of short, dumb, maladjusted, suicidal, sexually impulsive alcoholics who are disillusioned and angry because they don't know their biological father who made them that way. But let's face it, if you're looking through the want ads and you see clean toilets for a living, cold call for a living, jerk off for a living, I mean, which one do you circle? So I was donating sperm for about a week, and I don't feel great about it, but I'm enjoying the work. When in walks this button-down, white bread, Brooks Brothers, Republican, Hitler's low wet dream of a couple. And I hear them from the other room talking about me, and they're saying, well, we don't want his kid. We don't want any Italian white trash jungle baby. As if at this point my self-esteem isn't low enough. I'm a poor, dysfunctional, short, dumb, smegma-walking, sperm-donating wop lying on my back with that paper sheet stuck to my ass, picturing Madonna licking barn animals so I can jerk off into a Dixie cup. And I gotta listen to that? So I got this idea. I took the bottle of liquid soap on the counter and I poured it all over my body. I walked out naked, dragging my back leg, and looked at the couple using my best slurred elephant man voice. And I said, "Here's your sperm. Here's your sperm. I'm not an animal. I'm a human being." Of course, I expected this to completely shock the wife. But she just looked over at me, pointed down, and in this squeaky little voice said, "Hey, what's that on your dick?"